There it is.
Hi there, my name's James. I'm with Allied Furnace and AC out of Kenmore, Washington. We're near Seattle, and I thought I'd shoot this video today to show you guys how to properly connect a flexible duct up to the starting collar, up to, in this case we're going to connect it to an adjustable 90, but to basically how to properly connect flex duct. I thought I'd shoot this video because when I was looking at YouTube, I noticed there were quite a few videos, other installation videos out. Unfortunately, they were not doing it right. It's very, very important to connect your flex duct up properly. If you do not do it right, it may leak, which is obviously a significant problem, or it's going to fall off later and then leak quite a bit, which obviously is a really huge problem. There's a lot of products out there that people think are the right thing to use, but they're not. First and foremost, the number one point that I want to drive home is that it is always, always, always never okay to use tape. There are absolutely no exceptions to this whatsoever. If you use tape, it'll probably fail inspection. The reason why is for a long time people were using duct tape to connect flex duct up to snap lock pipe. The problem is that, maybe over 10 years, possibly 20 years, the adhesive in these tapes would dry out and eventually fail. This is true whether you use cheap duct tape. This is true if you use metal tape. There are absolutely no exceptions to this whatsoever. You are not allowed to use tape. So I hope I've made that perfectly clear. The proper way to connect a flex duct is the first thing you do is you take your connection here and you coat it with this product here called Duct Sealant. Now this is a Flex Grip duct sealant. This is supplied by Johnstone Supply. I really like using this stuff because it's rated excuse me, for both indoor and outdoor applications. It goes on really well. It's thick and it usually runs about $15, maybe $20 for a pail. And a 1 gallon pail should last you for an entire house. If you're going to go ahead and seal up an entire house, it'll pretty much do the whole thing. And so what we do here is we take this product and we go over every single joint there is in this entire system. Every single place where there's a crack, where there's a joint, we go over and we coat it all. Excuse me, there's a little bit of dust down here. And once we get that entire thing coated, then what we do is we take more duct sealant and we coat this over the connection that we're going to actually make. Now as I'm coating this on, there's a term we use called nickel thick. Nickel thick, in other words, you want to make it about as thick as a nickel, all the way over where you're going to connect this. I'm just going to go and get it all the way around. And this over the entire thing. Now coating this connection where we're going to actually connect the flex duct up to, it serves three basic purposes. The first purpose is it kind of lubricates it. So as I slide my flex duct over this is obviously plastic and I don't want to pierce that and accidentally break it because that's obviously going to cause a leak. So this is going to help lubricate and help it so it'll slide right over this connection. The second purpose is that when the flex duct then dries, it's going to then seal and make sure that there's no air leaks between the metal fitting and the plastic flex duct itself. That's also very, very important. You do not want to have leaks. The very last thing is that it helps to kind of hold it together more. It acts almost like a glue. It's not your primary way to hold it on, but it does help to hold it on even better. So those are the three reasons why we do this. We help so it slides on easier, so it seals it permanently and helps hold it together. So now that I've slid this on, lubricated this on, gotten it coated completely, I then take a zip tie. These are heavy-duty nylon zip ties. These are not the really cheap small ones. These are really thick and big. And what I do is I take this zip tie and I start it. I'll put it over the fitting, get it all the way back like that. And then I take my flex duct. Now I've already slid the insulation back a little bit, so there's about a foot of this stuff exposed. I take my flex duct and I slide it over the joint. Now if it's over it completely, it should slide on relatively easy. This is only an 8-inch fitting. I just want to get it over as much as possible. There we go. Get it all the way on as much as possible. You see I've gotten quite a bit on my hands. That's normal. Fortunately, this stuff goes ahead and washes off pretty easily. And the next thing I do is I take my zip tie and I get it on there as tight by hand as I can. Now again, another mistake that I saw other people make is they just go ahead and just get it on there by hand as tightly as possible. It might be semi-tight if you do it by hand. The problem is that it's not tight enough yet. The proper thing to do next is to use a tool like this one. Now this is a really nice Malco tool. It's used specifically for tightening down these heavy zip ties for ducting. You can buy cheaper ones that are around $40 or $50, but I like the Malco because it automatically cuts it. And to use the tool, all I do is I just simply slide it over. I get it all the way against the tie, and then I just start ratcheting it. Now I tightened it pretty hard by hand just a moment ago, but I'm going to go ahead and just continue to use the tool. And it's going even further. You can see what's really nice about the tool is it automatically cuts it too. Now this is the proper way now to seal up or to connect a flex duct. That is completely over it. There's no leaks of any kind. That nylon tie is going to hold it for 50 years. There's no way that's going to blow off. And like I said, that's the proper way. And as you can see, I did not use any tape. I just used lots of sealant, and I used my zip tie. Last thing I do is I take my insulation. It's very important to insulate your ductwork as much as possible, because obviously we don't want the heat from the that's going through all these ducts here just to go ahead and go into the crawl space. So I get this over here all the way up against the fitting, and then I'll take one more zip tie. Now again, some people will try to use duct tape for the insulation. I'd say not to do that, because if you go ahead and try duct taping the insulation together, again, it could fall apart after 15 or 20 years. It's also going to tip off the inspector that maybe you use the duct tape on the joint itself when you should not have. So again, using zip ties just tells everybody that, yeah, I did not use duct tape, because inspectors are looking for that right now. And again, I just tighten that down. I'll take my tool again, get it on there. Like I said, now that's the proper way to do it. Again, we did not use any tape, and I want to stress that as much as I possibly can. Never ever use tape when you're connecting a flex duct. If you go ahead and do it right, you'll have a system then that'll last the life of the house. If you do it wrong, you're going to have major leaks. It might happen 5 years from now, it might happen 10, maybe even 20 years from now, but it will inevitably fall apart. But if you do it the right way, you'll have a system that will last the life of the house. Thanks.